Okay, now let's take a moment to watch a quick video that explains some of the key instructional design strategies.
How is instructional design evolving to meet the needs of modern learners? It's faster than ever. Let's look at 3 cutting-edge strategies that are redefining how we design learning experiences. First up, the gamified guided learning experience. This strategy uses a virtual guide to lead learners through a gamified pathway. Think challenges, rewards, and progress tracking, all tied to your learning goals. The result? Immersion, motivation, and active participation. Perfect for training scenarios like sales, software, or behavioral skills. Next, we have personalized learning. This strategy gives control to the learner. From selecting characters to customizing their journey, every step is tailored to their role, preferences, and environment. Imagine seeing personalized messages or visuals reflecting your workplace. Personalization enhances relevance and engagement, especially for product or behavioral training. Lastly, storytelling powered by AI brings learning to life. AI helps craft dynamic, relatable narratives with emotional connections and clear takeaways. Learners step into stories, not just to listen, but to experience and apply knowledge. From onboarding to soft skills training, storytelling makes concepts stick. Gamification, personalization, and storytelling. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the key to great learning experiences. For more details, head over to comlabindia.com.
Okay, now time to think about your own training programs. In what ways, how can you 10x effectiveness of your training programs? Or I would say, what resources or AI tools do you use to increase the effectiveness of your trainings? I request you all to drop in your responses in the chat. I repeat the question. In what ways you can 10x the effectiveness of your training programs? Or what resources or tools do you use to increase the effectiveness of your trainings? Okay, for example, yeah, you can go with any tools, let's say like ChatGPT, scenarios, feedback. Mm. Yes, I see answers coming in, Copilot. Okay, beyond authoring tools. AI chatbots, Canva, Photoshop. Yes. Yes, I think these are some great ways to enhance your training programs. But let's see how we do at ComLab India. I request Ankit to take it over from here.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Aishwarya. So, in the second section of this presentation, we are going to see what Gen AI tools are in action at ComLab India. When I mean Gen AI tools, we'll be discussing tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Synthesia, Beyond, Adobe Express, and some others. So, there's let's have another poll. So, Karen, I would request you to launch that. Yeah. So the question is, to what extent are you using AI in your current training initiatives? Is it like to a large extent to like we are just started considering it? Okay, I see that the moderately is the answer which got most number of votes. Okay, so may I ask, like, what tools have you been using? You can drop your responses in the chat. Aishwarya, just please help me with the chat, like what responses we are getting. I won't be able to open it in my
Okay,
system.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so training needs analysis, scripting. Anthony says easy generator, Chat GPT, Copilot 11 Labs, HeyGen for scenarios, iSpring articulate storyline, quiz questions. Okay.
Yeah, so these are really good AI tools that we can use to enhance our instructional design and take our e-learning courses to a next level. So let's move on. The first tool which I'll be talking about is ChatGPT. So with ChatGPT, rapid e-learning is like a breeze. Like you can create quizzes, scripts, even scenarios. Developing scenarios is really easy with ChatGPT. Writing compelling stories, to get that empathy from the learners is uh, very easy now. Now the next is gamification. You can brainstorm gamification ideas, like how the game mechanics would work with ChatGPT. Plus, we can work with ChatGPT to generate personalized learning paths to create those branches. Okay, if this is the choice the learner is making, what should we teach them next? Creating micro learning content such as short videos or short e-learnings is very easy. And the biggest thing, creating quizzes and assessment and question bank. You just have to input your content, and ChatGPT will generate a number of questions which will be directly related to your learning objectives and your content. So it's that easy, and we've been leveraging tools like Chat GPT and Copilot for our instructional design projects, and we've seen great results. Moving on, so next is Midjourney. Midjourney is an AI tool to generate visuals, images, or AI art. Basically, just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so we've generated over 10,000 plus images, and you can basically bring characters to life with Midjourney. You just have to enter that specific prompt, and whatever you have entered based on how detailed your prompt is, you'll get those images. You can create immersive visuals like these. Plus, you can now even create 360-degree images, and then use these images to have immersive learning, as in 360-degree navigation to your e-learnings, which will a demo will be shown in the further slides. Plus, now since that we have generated over 10,000 plus images, we have an option to edit those images without requiring any like advanced Photoshop skills. You just have to select a certain area in those images, and then edit out that portion and just mention what you want in place of that image. Plus retexturing. Now, because of retexturing, let's say you have certain set of images and you want to change the style of those images, because current images, maybe you have used them a lot of time and are bored seeing just that same style of images. Okay, just send us those images, and give us what style you would like. Do you want an anime, a 3D, or like any kind of art? We'll change the images, the structure, the model, any elements to, I mean, making sure that the branding is still followed, every color and everything is still there. You'll get a very nice output. So this is about Midjourney. Before I move on, uh, do you have any questions about Midjourney? Like I remember that people added like Midjourney is one of their preferred tool. Any questions? You can drop your responses in the chat. Aishwarya, can you please see if there are any responses coming in?
Yes. So Wendy says, I use ChatGPT to write my prompts for image creation. So Michael is asking, have you developed avatars? And also Peter says, what's the cost? And do you need any subscriptions for Midjourney?
Yeah, those are very good questions. And yes, there's an affordable subscription plan for Midjourney. Plus, we do generate avatars with Midjourney, and also we uh, do conduct separate Midjourney workshops, AI tool workshop, Midjourney, Synthesia, and ChatGPT, where we do explain how these visuals are generated. You can go to our website for more information, or visit our events page, and where you can register for these sessions, and more detail and step by step explanation will be given, so you can try it yourself. And it's just please visit our website for if you feel that such training would be beneficial for you. Okay, moving on. So next is Synthesia. So till now we have produced over 500 plus professional videos using Synthesia. Like Synthesia is a very good and versatile tool to create videos, but it also has its own challenges. Like first is, it does give you a human like delivery, but that personal touch, like how, I mean, uh, it's AI voices, so they are obviously going to be a little bit robotic. That's where our expertise come in, where we refine the audios, we tweak it such a way that you get a proper human-like delivery. Next is instant localization. With a click of a button, it's possible to translate a single video in multiple languages. But the thing is, it causes a formatting issue where your alignments go haywire. So what we do, we have simplified it, and at our end we do those changes very quickly, so that without wasting any more time, we reformat them very quickly and then publish those videos. Last is personal avatars. Yes, there are ways to create personal avatars now, but to have a proper knowledge of how to set up the camera, what are other settings and all, that could be difficult. You won't get the best output in the first go itself. So here we can guide you to how to get the best personal avatars using Synthesia, and then include your own avatar with any other language, not just your own language, with any other language in your training videos. Yeah, let's move on. The next tool is Beyond. Beyond in itself is a very versatile tool to create videos animated plus real. But nowadays, it has launched two key new features that we've been currently using. First is character creation and customizable assets. So just imagine you have your real avatar explaining a topic, and show the same as an animated one in a very funny scenario. I mean, the output will be very engaging for the learners, so that you have a real person and a same animated character. So this is one of the best, new capability of Beyond, which we've been using, and it has generated very good results. Okay, so yeah, before I move on, any other questions you have about these two tools, Synthesia and Beyond? Aishwarya, can you please see the chat questions and let me know if there are any responses coming in?
Okay, so okay. Okay, we were using Morph AI for audio, but have reverted to using the updated voice and storyline. Okay. So any questions?
Yeah. Okay, so we can move on. So I'd request Aishwarya to take it over from here.
Okay, so I see there is a comment saying I often use Adobe Express. You're right, Ham. So next I will be talking about Adobe Express. So I would say this is another trending tool in action at Comlab India. So this we have been using the AI features of this video editing tool for a number of reasons. But something interesting in this tool, I would say, is character lip and arm movements. That is the gestures of the characters. This tool basically syncs character mouth movements to realistic animations without extensive manual effort. So all you need to do is browse from a set of characters, including people, animals, and you also have imaginative characters. So you can choose any character that resonates with you and you can watch it come alive beautifully. So just upload your audio, which can be up to 2 minutes. And then within minutes, you will see eye, arm, and lip movements that too with sync with the audio. So, whether you record in any language, the lip sync will always be spot on. You can also choose and edit different backgrounds for an added depth. And this tool also helps in creating GIFs as well. So, this is an interesting tool, but there is a catch here. Since we do have a limited set of characters to be selected, and if you wish to lip sync, your predefined characters, or you have a character from your own library, then we do have our in-house expertise who can extract or mask these character mouth movements from this tool into a different tool. So this basically requires video editing expertise, so you can always reach out to us for any such requirements. Okay, so this must be raising a big question about data privacy while using these AI tools. So don't worry about that. We use all valid license subscriptions for all the above tools. And all these tools do not misuse data or and also they use encryption and they also even adhere to GDPR and CCPA regulations. Okay, that was all about the AI tools.
Yeah, I would like to jump in here, Aishwarya. So
Hmm.
I think the question, like one question came that my company has disabled any AI tools like Copilot or ChatGPT. Do you have any recommendations on how to address these issues? So I would say that instead of ChatGPT, you can go with Copilot, like as mentioned by Aishwarya earlier, that these tools have CCPA and GDPR regulations adhered to it. That means your personal data, your company data is protected if you have a Microsoft 365 subscription. And plus ChatGPT, if you do want to go with ChatGPT, you can go with an enterprise plan, which will give you a added security for your content which you upload or work with. So Copilot, I would say, is the best option. For that way, your company data is protected and it won't be shared or used for any kind of training purposes. So please go with Copilot if you have a Microsoft 365 subscription. Uh, Next question is any recommendations on having company be more open to using AI? I mean, I would say again, like we do trust Copilot's 365 security feature so that none of our clients' data is misused. And so far, it has generated good results and we haven't faced any issues. Okay. Yeah. Aishwarya, over to you. You can continue.
Okay. Okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, now we are going to see some great strategies that we have been using at Comlab India. Okay, but before that, I would like to know how do you keep your learners fully engaged throughout the learning journey? Or I can say which strategies or techniques do you use to maintain the learner's interest from start to the end? So, what strategies or techniques will you be using? So, I request you to drop pin your responses in the chat. Okay, high interactivity with software simulation. Keep the content on point, no tangents, right? Mm. Including visuals, correct? Videos, clickable items, true. Any type of interactivity. Yes, gamification. Mm. Scenarios, hand-on questions, quizzes. Okay, these are actually some great ways. Let's explore a few more engagement strategies. Okay, now before teaching the content to the learner, all you need to do is set the context in the training. So it is basically like setting the stage for the learning. But why do you think context is really important? A well crafted context ensures learners understand the relevance of the training and feel immersed in the content. But how do we set the context? There are actually many ways to set the context. You can either use realistic scenarios or visuals or language to ensure the context matches the learner's job roles or daily tasks. For example, you can begin your training with a video. Say, let's have a what's in it for me slide in the very beginning of the training. This slide would be a short, engaging video, that is a short story that communicates the main goal and the benefit of the e-learning module. So this basically ensures the audience understand what they are going to gain from the end of the training. So for this, setting the context, you can either go with an abstract video, or you can always you go for Synthesia, which has real world avatars, or either go with Vyond for animated videos to begin your training. So as I already mentioned, we do have our in-house expertise in Synthesia and Vyond tools as well. Okay, let's check out this short video.
The Williams family were enjoying the warmth by the fireplace. As the evening went on, they began to feel unusually drowsy and disoriented. Concerned, Dad called for emergency help and took them into the fresh air when their symptoms began to ease. Emergency responders confirmed that they were exposed to carbon monoxide from the fireplace. The incident highlighted the importance of CO alarms in detecting the colorless, odorless CO gas. Carbon monoxide is not the only thing you need to guard against. Power surges can also destroy electronics and appliances and even cause fires. The Williams family.
Okay. Okay, this is one of the examples to set the context. You can always choose to set the context before, teach the content to the learner. Okay, let's see another interesting way to set the context. That is by integrating social polling into your e-learnings. So generally, case studies are presented at the end of the training, but you can use it from the beginning itself. So turn the case study into real world scenario and then allow the learners to make choices. Once the learner makes a choice, display their colleagues' responses, which are predefined. If you see the screenshot over here, we see the responses are presented in the form of chart. So you can display the colleagues' responses in the form of graphs or charts. So there the learners will be able to self-reflect. This can actually help learner reflect and also improve by comparing their choices. Coming to the use cases, this works wonders in areas like compliance training or ethics, where diverse viewpoints and self-reflection are key. Also, you can use these social polls for soft skills training. Okay, I see there is a response from Brenna says, will you talk about prompts during this session? Okay, there is another session that we wholly talk about the ChatGPT prompts and the other AI tool prompts, you can always register for that workshop and you can see a detailed description, or the explanation how to write prompts and how to move ahead. So for that, maybe I'll drop in the webinar link over here so that you can attend it, Brenna. Okay, so that was all about setting the context. So what has to be done once the context is set? You need to create a course navigation for the learners. Instead of using a conventional menu or traditional navigation, go for a 360 degree exploration, which is an excellent way to create interest or curiosity for the learner. This can actually take the engagement quotient to a different level. We have actually created many such courses, but let's quickly take a look at this short demo. Okay, in this video, if you see, there are clear indications for the learners to click and also to view the information, and also there are indications for the learners to move forward in the learning. You can also customize this by adding a guide in the training who will be popping in at times to help the learner move forward. So to generate these 360-degree images, we have used Midjourney. So you can get rid of these conventional navigations and choose a way that addresses the modern learners.
Okay, so let's move on to the other engagement strategy. Now that you've seen how to set a context and a way to incorporate course navigation, here's another way to have a good course navigation, that is in a board game format. The features are, you get a visual map of the whole navigation. You can add in interactive checkpoints which will help learner engage into the course, and it will make it more fun rather than having a boring course navigation which just gives them to just click on things. You'll be also able to track your learners journey. I mean, they will know that at what point they are in the course, and this is a very good way to engage your learners if you have content which is very if it feels dry. So use cases are for onboarding. If you want to onboard new hires, this is a very good course navigation which you can implement in your course. Compliance training, yes, you can even use this for compliance training, where if your learner has to follow certain steps, and I mean, if that is the requirement. Plus, soft skill can also be taught with a board game course navigation. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so those were about the course navigation. Now, on individual slide level, how can we engage your learners even more? So this is a spot to difference activity where we use two images. In this case, on the left, there's an image which shows a bad example, and on the right, which shows a good example. We want to teach the learner like what is correct and what is incorrect. They will be able to hover over the certain section of images, analyze, okay, whether this is a good practice or not. They'll click on it, and then whether whether it is a good option or a bad option, plus an immediate feedback will be given. For example, in this case, you see that the feedback is always lock your computer screens when leaving your desk. So for a case where you want to teach information security, this can be a very good engaging activity to perform in an e-learning course. The same thing can be used for a business communication. Let's say you have an email at the one side, whether it's a good example, or it can also be a bad example. You can also use it for food safety. It will help we can add in an activity which will differentiate between a compliant and a non-compliant food preparation area, and it can also be used for fire safety courses. Okay. uh Next one is a scenario based quiz. So, like, let's say you want your team to practice handling real world customer challenge, and that too in a fun way. So, one way to do is you can create realistic scenarios, use Copilot or ChatGPT for that, and then include game mechanics such as giving pointers to each correct or incorrect answers. Plus, you can offer immediate feedback, plus, you can track your progress. You can add a history button. Once they click on it, the learner will be able to see the conversation, what has happened till now, and analyze, okay, what has gone wrong, or what alternative options, or what they should have done instead of their responses. Now, where can you use this? Sales training. Like if you want to teach skills for closing deals, upselling, or managing objections, or customer service, compliance training, crisis management, and even technical support, where we do want our learners to be able to troubleshoot customer queries very quickly. Yep. Any questions before I move on to the next interactivity or any strategy? Aishwarya, please help me with this.
Okay, so yeah, there was a question regarding the last approach, that was how to build the board game. So you can always go with the articulate storyline to create it, and even for the 360-degree exploration, you can always go with the articulate storyline. Mm. Okay, so I don't see any questions for now. I think we can
Okay.
move ahead.
Yeah. So, okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one is gamified simulation. So, software training can sometimes become dull or like a guessing game, because we do have this strategy applied to our software training, like where you watch a simulation video, you try it with some visual and audio guidelines, and then you do it yourself. But doing it yourself will create that guessing game where you are just clicking it anywhere. So to reduce that, what we did, we gamified that do part of the software simulation. And what we did, we have included like real time hints. Learner will be able to click on hints, and those hints will be seen. Initially you can assign, let's say, 2 or 3 hints. There will be a click tracker, like how many places the learner has clicked on, a timer to, we can allot a specific time for the learners. Okay, this is a time sensitive operation, so you have to finish this task in this amount of time. Also, you can include unlockable hints, uh, and these unlockable, like you if a learner gains some star point, they can unlock those hints with those points they have gained through the training. That mechanism can also be included. The good thing is we have this templatized in our store. So please do visit our store page to get this template, and you can use it for your own simulation training as well. Yeah. Yeah. Next is a recall game. So now we do want to make a learning stick, also called as sticky learning, where we want the learner to remember critical information. And this is where these kind of activities are a very good approach. The features are, you get active participation from the learner. As you can see on the screenshot, we show image to the learner, and we assign some point value. They are given some time to see it. Like let's say they take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the value decreases, making it more critical for them to analyze each and every part of the image and then answer a question. They can obviously go back, but doing so their reward will decrease. Yep. So that way you can have these kind of interactivities which will help them recall certain information. Uh, When can you use this? You can use it for procedural training. Let's say you want to teach step by step processes where remembering the order is very critical, or you want to give product knowledge, compliance training, and also onboarding. Onboarding, where you want to help new hires quickly internalize critical information about your organization. Yep. So this was about the recall game. Yep. Moving on. The next kind of interactive, quiz is you can do it. So this is a very versatile strategy for presenting final quizzes, because you can use it basically in any type of training. The main idea here is that you assign some certain values to each and every question, and there's an end goal that they have to gain some amount of points, and you can encourage your learners that way. They just have to pick one or the other amount and then answer the question about it, and those amount will be their score at the end. You can set a a threshold that they have to get certain amount to pass the quiz. And this strategy, if you want to include more gamified elements, you can do so as well. And this can be implemented in any kind of training. This template is also available in our store page. You can go ahead and just check it out. If you like it, please feel free to let us know whether if you like to purchase it. Next is, yeah, so let's move on to the next topic, and I request Aishwarya to take it over from here.
Yes. Okay. So most of them were asking for any templates if we have. So as you see, if in the chat, we have mentioned our store page link. You can go through this link and you can have templates, a number of templates for articulate storyline, e-learning, and games. Many more templates you can find in our store. So please do visit the link and you can always contact us. Okay, so that was all about the strategies. Now let's take a look at few case studies. Okay, let's begin with our first case study. That is a storytelling driven explainer video with Synthesia. So this was a requirement from the client. So the client was bored of old classroom training and they were looking for a solution where employees can use it online. So they wanted a format that can effectively deliver content related to their sales process and customer facing skills. And moreover, they had around six set of modules that support their selling process. So they have shared this six slide decks, and almost every slide deck was around 20 to 30 minutes in duration. So their idea was not for something 2 minutes long, but also not to have a full training module that is around 20 minutes. So they wanted something in between. So to meet their requirement, we have chosen Synthesia for this concept, because Synthesia has a natural feel avatars. So the strategy being used here was storytelling, and the tool we've used is Synthesia because conversations between avatars effectively mirror real world customer facing interactions. And this video has basically a genie, or I would say coach, who will be helping the sales rep with the communication elements and techniques for communication. Coming to the tools, we have used Copilot to refine the scripts, and as I already mentioned, Synthesia to create the videos.
To
Let's
success.
quickly take a look at
But for
this
Jessica, it
video.
feels like a never ending puzzle. Jessica's doing her best, but something's missing. Her customers aren't happy and she's not sure why. That's when help arrives from the most unexpected place.
Greetings, Jessica. I'm here to help you with your communication woes.
Whoa, who are you?
I'm the communication genie. I specialize. That's part of it, but for example,
That.
Okay, so this is how the video was developed in Synthesia. So since we are running out of time, let's quickly move ahead. Okay, let's talk about another case study, that is compliance in 23 languages. So, this requirement was from a global sustainability leader. They wanted to update their outdated code of conduct training. So, the current version was mandatory for all the employees, but it actually lacked visual appeal and engagement. Additionally, they were also looking for the course to be translated into 23 languages. So, this was our solution. We have revamped the course to make it more engaging and visually appealing by updating the content. We also focused on improving the overall user experience by adding scenarios. And then we have translated the course into 23 languages within a 3 week time frame.
Okay, so the last case study is about an AI-powered interactive learning for cargo airports, which we did. So, in total, we've created over 20 plus hours of interactive training where we've used all the tools, almost all the tools that we've discussed in this session, Copilot, Midjourney, and to frame those scenarios, all those game mechanics, and there are about 15 plus interactive scenarios which are based on real world ASI challenges. There's an gamified system implemented throughout each of these courses where there will be points awarded to the learners with each and every interaction. And as I mentioned earlier, Copilot was used to develop this content efficiently. Okay, now this was about all the case studies. Next is,
Okay, so
yep.
Ankit, sorry to interrupt. There are a few questions asking what tools do you use for translation. So, if you are going with AI tools, I would suggest DeepL, or this Smart Cat to translate your content. But we Comlab India always make sure we use native speaking translators with domain expertise, and also we collaborate with our SMEs. Once we translate the content using the AI tools, then we make sure we have our native speaking translators do the QA. So that is how we maintain the accuracy of translations. Okay, Ankit, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Aishwarya. Okay, we are almost at the end of the text, so let's move on to the essential L&D skills. So now, basically, what will be the future of L&D managers? Like as AI and automation handle routine tasks, so skills like emotional intelligence, tech, and AI literacy, change management, skill-based talent management, and data-driven decision making is crucial. So what we've done is to help with these challenges, we have a great playbook which was created by Dr. Aisha, the COO of Comlab India. This is just an 18-page playbook will help you track your current priorities in 6 important areas of life, rate yourself in 5 key work areas, and help you learn the essential skills needed for the future. So you can go ahead and scan this QR code, which will direct you to the ebook, and also you can visit our website for more information. And that brings us to the end of this session. So if you have any questions, we can just drop them in the chat or on the Q&A pod, and we'll answer them.
As you see in the chat, we have posted our L&D playbook link. So you can take a look at this playbook. Okay, so if you have any more questions, request you to drop it in the chat. We can discuss.
Aishwarya, if you can open the Q&A pod, if there are any questions there, we'll address.
There are a few questions there. One of the questions is, what is the length of videos created using I can't say the word.
Synthesia.
Synthesia. Yeah. So, you can create as lengthy a video you want to, but a best practice we would suggest is that keep it under 10 minutes if you 10 or 5 minutes, I would say. Yeah, 5 minutes, because synthesia after that will start to lag and your content might be lost here and there. So if you have a longer video, let's say 20-minute video, just break it into 5 minute video, just create 5 different sessions for it and then merge them afterwards. So that way, you'll be able to use the full capability of synthesia. Otherwise, processing that 20-minute long video will most of the time crash the tool. So that is what we've experienced till now.
Also, Ankit, I think there are a couple of questions where people are asking in chat, and I think most of them which are there in the Q&A pod have already been answered. So we can get to the chat window now.
Yeah. Aishwarya, just okay. What tool do you use for live polling? Live polling to be included in the e-learning, I guess. Right?
So the example what we have showed in the presentation, so this was done actually in Elucidate. So we have used Elucidate to prepare these social pollings, and we have created those predefined charts in the form of feedback.
Yeah. To add to that, live polling in an e-learning scenario won't be actually, feasible. So those polling or those stats can be predefined. You can have a research with Copilot or any other Google search. You can add in those stats, predefined stats, and then show them to your learners. I mean, it doesn't have to be live. If you want to include live polling or like live responses, then your LMS needs to have that capability, and then you'll be able to have that live polling.
Okay, so there was the other question saying what was the name of the translation tool? So that is DeepL, DEEP capital L. I'll just type it here. And also you can go for SmartCat. I think those are some great questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Yeah,
for all the participation. You have been a wonderful audience for
yeah,
this webinar.
yeah. So over to you, Karen.
That's so excellent. Thank you so much, Ishwarya and Ankit. It was wonderful to learn from you today, and we appreciate you sharing all those great examples. I can see how much more easily it is to customize things now than ever before, so it's wonderful to know that these tools are available, and we appreciate you taking us through that. This session has been recorded. The recording links will be sent to everyone who registered, so you'll find that in your email inbox, and you'll be able to replay the recording later on. We appreciate your time today. We'll see you on the next e-learning industry webinar. Thank you.